Increasing the efficiency of the brain represents a highly demanded thing. After all, every person wants to be tired, at least less than his opponent. It is the increase in brain performance, or increasing the endurance of the mind, we will consider in this article. Why is increasing brain performance so important? The fact is that no matter how strong a person is, if he gets tired twice as fast as his weaker but hardy opponent, he is very likely to be inferior to him. The question then arises, what is the reason for the brain's endurance, and why does it play such a serious role in our performance? This question was addressed by a group of scientists from the Institute of Higher Nervous Activity and Neurophysiology of the Russian Academy of Sciences. You can read more about the results of their long-term experiments in the book, Motivated Brain, by the outstanding Russian psychophysiologist, Doctor of Medical Sciences and academician of the Russian Academy of Sciences, P.V. Semenov. Scientists have found out that for people with high performance is characterized by alternate activation of the right and left hemispheres of the brain. It is as if you, carrying a heavy bag, carried it not in one hand, and constantly changing hands. Stagnant activation of the left hemisphere is characteristic for persons with low working capacity. Here it is necessary to specify that the structures of the left hemisphere of the brain are responsible for the formation of stereotypes of activity, and the right hemisphere, for their mechanical fulfillment. That is, when we do unfamiliar work for the first time in our life, learning to walk, draw, play a musical instrument or type blindly, the stereotype of activity has not been formed yet, as a result of which the left hemisphere works at full power. When the stereotype is formed, the left hemisphere starts to rest, and the right hemisphere, on the contrary, gets involved and follows the mechanical execution of the already formed stereotype. And if with walking and playing the guitar everything looks quite simple, then with mental work the situation is much more complicated. After all, in it, along with the old tasks, new ones are constantly appearing. People with poor brain performance are characterized by the fact that they are not able to switch off, that is, to give rest to their left hemisphere, because unconsciously believe that without constant control of the task will not be accomplished. In fact, this is the neurophysiological clue to what is now called the fashionable word, perfectionism. People with high brain capacity unconsciously treat the task at hand more easily, i.e., they allow the left hemisphere to rest, switching to a kind of autopilot. Hence, it is concluded that people with low efficiency mistakenly believe that without constant control by the left hemisphere the task will not be accomplished. In other words, as a normal person becomes fatigued, an adaptation mechanism that changes the state of the nervous system becomes involved in the task. If this mechanism is not working properly, the performance of the brain is noticeably reduced. Imagine that when walking, you control each step. Here the body leans forward, you say to yourself, "Attention, I'm falling." Then, to keep your balance you continue to think and give your muscles the command to bring the opposite leg forward. In this case, while walking you will tire extremely quickly, because the left hemisphere will continuously control the correctness of the right hemisphere. When the system works as it should, the whole process is done mechanically. To simplify, when the left hemisphere learns a new activity, a switch is activated in the brain that transfers control of the task to the right hemisphere. But what to do if this switch gets stuck? For this we have prepared a special exercise for you. Synchronize the hemispheres of the brain. You can synchronize the work of the brain hemispheres with the help of an unusual exercise, which is based on the Stroop effect. Its essence is as follows: for the shortest possible period of time you need to compare the written word and its color, and then name the color. The perception of color and text is carried out by different parts of the hemispheres. That's why regular practice with this exercise will help you synchronize the work of the hemispheres, learning to quickly switch between them. So, quickly name the color words in order. If you've successfully completed all the strings, try doing this exercise in order. Nowadays, this exercise, better known as the Stroop test, is widely used in diagnosing cognitive flexibility, and tasks based on it are often included in programs for self-development and brain training. By the way, we have discussed the most common cognitive distortions, or thinking errors, in a separate article. If you do this exercise at least once a week, your brain will become much more robust and its performance will surprise you.